This is a HeadGum podcast.
Hello and welcome to The Complete Guide to Everything, a podcast about everything. I'm one of your hosts, Tom.
And I'm Tim.
Tim, how are you doing this week?
I feel like I'm going to puke.
Why?
I drank
Oh, you told me.
so much cold brew today.
Oh, it was cold brew in particular.
It was cold brew. Actually, it was hot brew in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
cold brew, then an iced coffee, and then some more cold brew.
That's a lot of coffee.
I realized my last cold brew, I poured, I got it out of a tap.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's right. I got it out of a tap
Oh, well, we'll talk about it.
at 4:45 p.m.
Wow. Yeah, it's late in the day to be
And
having
I
a cold brew.
already felt like I was going to puke from drinking all of it. So anyway.
You came into my home this evening, basically kicking open the door and shouted, "It's a me, Tim."
That's true. And also, I feel like I'm intoxicated.
Yeah, and then when we sat down to work on notes for this, you were like, all right, and then you were quiet for a half hour, just furiously, you didn't stop typing the whole time.
Yeah, I was very productive.
And I was like, you got a lot of notes for us? And you're like, no, I was writing something else. It's like, what are you doing?
It's right in my manifesto, Tom.
Tim, we're talking about a drink that maybe not everybody loves,
But I sure used to.
but you like it.
Yeah, I'm
still.
having beer now to even myself out.
Yeah, there you go. Beer is the great equalizer.
Yeah.
We're talking about iced coffee. Look, we've talked about coffee before, but have you ever heard of iced coffee?
Yeah. Or cold brew. We're also talking about cold brew,
Look,
Tom.
Tim, cold brew is a type of iced coffee.
Tom, you idiot. No, you got that exactly backwards.
No, I don't.
What you meant to say is cold brew is not a type of iced coffee.
Well, actually, now that I think about it, it frequently is, but not always.
Yeah.
Because you can cold brew some coffee and then heat it up and drink it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Only a maniac would do that.
Well, I mean, based on what you told me earlier, Tim, you might be that type of maniac.
Yeah, who knows? There's
Tim-
10,000 different types of maniac out there, Tom.
Is that how you interpreted that band's name?
Yeah.
Do you think the band's called 10,000 Type of Maniac?
Yeah.
Yeah.
10,000 types of maniacs, and Natalie Merchant's just a one.
Yeah. That was when I was a kid, 10,000 Maniacs. That was kind of a scary name, right?
I thought,
It sounds like a metal band or something.
I was really young, I think.
If
And
you,
I was just like, are there really 10,000 people in this band?
yeah. How many people were in that band? It was a pretty big band, right?
I think it was maybe 6. I don't know. I only know based on their MTV Unplugged
Right.
performance of
Which a lot-
Because the Night
Belong
Belongs to Lovers. Oh, yeah, because the night belongs to lovers? Is that what they say?
Yeah, or they say us in a weird way. Because the night belongs to us.
No, I don't know.
Who knows?
Anyway.
I'll tell you who knows. 10,000 different types of maniacs.
Yeah, I mean, because you can't judge if they had other people on stage or
Right.
something.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You
I
would
mean,
think,
an unplugged is when you bring out the cello player
Yeah.
and all kinds of nonsense.
Yeah.
But if the Insane Clown Posse was this year at, what do they call that? Juggalo-thon? Juggalo? The gathering of the Juggalos.
I knew you'd get there.
If they
I
were
just looked at you while you worked it out.
headlining the big tent at the gathering of the Juggalos, 10,000 maniacs.
If I didn't know that
Right.
10,000 Maniacs was
You're oh shit,
I'd be
no,
like,
I'm not gonna go
yeah,
to that.
There's no way. I would go see, ICP. I'd go see who, Rob Schneider takes the stage there these days.
Does
right?
he?
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's a weird mix these days. I think it's
he does.
Sinead O'Connor.
He does some monologues from The Animal.
Yeah. I think literally everybody on stage at the gathering of the Juggalos, whether you're a musician or comedian or performance artist, most of it's just all right, everybody, settle down. Guys, please,
Yeah.
settle.
As you're getting bottles
please.
thrown at you.
It's just that. Look,
Yeah.
they're great folks.
They're Insane Clown Posse, some great men.
Maybe. I don't know. Look, I can't say either way. I'm gonna get attacked if I take any kind of stance on this. Right? 'Cause
I
if I
choose
say,
to have
like,
no comment.
If I was like, oh no, they seem actually pretty cool, people would be like, oh no, they'll send me links to like racist things that they've said. Or if I'm just like, oh no, they're bad, people will be like, this is a lifestyle and you can't judge. You know,
they've donated to a children's hospital.
yeah,
What have you done?
Look, I don't know from the insane clown posse, so
Well,
don't
Tim,
give me any grief.
Your silence speaks volumes.
No. You can't sit on the sidelines these days.
No. There's not enough room.
Take a stance, cowards.
But anyway, we're talking about iced coffee.
Yeah.
You think juggalos like iced coffee? Sure, they're just regular people like you and me.
Mm-hmm. Probably some do and some don't. But what they all love is Faygo.
That's
we all
true.
know that.
Yeah. Oh, I imagine if you're a juggalo and you're like, nah, I think Faygo's garbage. Like,
they'll beat you with chains.
Yeah.
That's what they're like. Let's get them.
Yeah. Iced coffee. Tim, are you the type of person that only has iced coffee when it's hot out, or you drink iced coffee all the time? And conversely, do you drink hot coffee when it's hot out?
Tom, I'm about to blow your mind.
You drink hot coffee when it's hot out, cold coffee when it's cold out?
No, I just rarely drink iced coffee or cold brew.
Yeah.
I don't like it as much as I like hot coffee.
Oh.
You want to know why?
Too easy to drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, it makes me crazy.
Yeah.
Hot coffee. If left to my own devices, I would just drink coffee nonstop.
Yeah.
I need it to be hot to slow me down. Where it's like, it
100
needs to be physically painful a little bit to drink this.
Right.
Otherwise, I'll just drink all of it all the time.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll happen upon the as hot coffee's cooling down, like the perfect temperature. And I'll just drink it like all in one gulp.
Yeah, that's not good.
No. But iced coffee is always the perfect temperature, which is iced. So I'll usually drink iced coffee
I don't
very
like
quickly.
when drinks are too cold.
Yeah, you're a notoriously weak man.
No, what if you get brain freeze?
Then you deal with it. How long is a brain freeze going to last?
Oh, I got a brain freeze, Tom, from a Dunkin' Donuts frozen coffee.
Well,
this past
frozen
weekend.
coffee, that's a different story.
Holy shit! I thought I would die of brain freeze. I thought, well, this is a terminal case of brain freeze. Even if I don't die within the next 12 hours, I will.
Wish I was.
Yeah, and I will have a brain freeze until I ultimately perish. So I might be alive for 70 more years, but it will be a horrible 70 years.
Yeah, I was going to say that I should have given the caveat that for whatever reason, Slurpee-esque drinks, that type of frozen drink,
Yeah.
no, that all bets are off with those. You can get very long brain freezes and intense. I've had brain freezes from Slurpees where I've considered taking my own life.
Well, that's not something to joke about. Tom, I did have a brain
considered
freeze.
seeking euthanasia options.
I did get worried because my brain freeze went on so long this weekend. I was like, oh no, this is not right. I probably should go see a doctor.
Right. And how am I going to explain to people what happened? I'm going to tell them I have a brain freeze, and they're going to say, oh, toughen up.
Yeah.
Just give it
But
a
it
minute.
hurts.
It does really hurt. But you can't really get it from iced coffee. Well, you can, but not the long ones like the Slurpee type drinks. All right. So you just don't drink iced coffee that much.
Not that much.
I am the type of guy, call me a square.
Well, many do. Many people do, Tom.
That drinks hot coffee when it's cold and cold coffee when it's hot.
Wow, Tom.
Hey, I don't care.
Wait, cold coffee when it's hot coffee when it's cold?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the normal thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, what a
That's what I
square.
was saying. Look, I don't care if that makes me basic,
Yeah.
everybody. Sorry, I'm basic.
Yeah, sorry Tom's a dick.
But I like a coffee to refresh my mind and
Sorry
body.
Tom's a buffoon. A real piece of shit who
Well,
nobody likes.
No, that doesn't factor into it. But the
Guy who does inappropriate things with all sorts of different people.
Well, that's just slanderous, Tim. You're crossing over a line that
I
I'm not
censored
comfortable
myself
with.
in the middle of it, though, Tom.
Yeah, you're probably going to say something that would have reflected more poorly on you
Yeah.
than it did me.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about
Real Jared Fogle over here. That's what they call you. Do you know my when I'm talking about you to people? Do you know my friend Tom? He's kind of Fogle-esque.
Look, Tim, just because I like to bring around a large pair of jeans that I used to fit into, but now I can fit into one leg. That doesn't make me Fogle-esque. That makes me the life of the party in most places I go.
That's true.
He's
and
kind
that,
of
to
ruined,
be clear, that's what I meant by Fogle-esque.
He's kind of ruined that move for people, huh?
Bringing big pants around.
I mean, not like bringing them around, but, in ads and stuff.
Losing weight. I think.
No, but specifically
Yeah.
showing, look, I can fit into one of my old pant legs.
Yeah.
That's a real Jared Fogle move.
Yeah. I think it's probably for the best. That's just like, hey, maybe just because someone lost a lot of weight, maybe we shouldn't put them on a pedestal.
Right.
We should look into their dealings a little bit.
Yeah. See what they're spending all this money we're paying them on. Yeah, I read a thing recently about maybe it was because of one of like Subway's earning calls where the basis of it was what's responsible for Subway's downturn. It's like your spokesperson's a pedophile.
Yeah, it like he was your spokesperson for like 20 years.
Yeah.
It's what you staked your entire company on. You put your faith in this man.
Yeah, even if Ronald McDonald turned out to be a pedophile, people would, well, that's just a character. They'll get somebody else. No, you're that, and that's probably why.
Yeah, the guy in the Grimace costume was abusing people. Okay, we'll put a new guy in the Grimace costume.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's why fast food places normally don't have a human mascot.
Yeah. And keep tabs on them. Guys, Subway knew what was going on. Can I say that?
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, there were I don't even know if they're allegations. I think that they're, confirmed in court that people complained about things to higher ups. And they turned the other blind eye. They didn't turn the other cheek. They turned a blind eye. Anyway, we're talking about iced coffee this week, Tim. I want to talk a little bit.
Iced coffee is a hot button issue.
Sure is. I want to talk about the types of iced coffee.
Okay.
First off, there's iced coffee.
Yeah.
Now, do you know the right way to make iced coffee?
Are you referring to the Japanese method, Tom?
I don't know. Tim, I don't know everything about Japan.
You do a pour over,
Okay.
right? A classic pour over where
Right.
you have hot water, you got grounds in a filter,
Right.
and you're pouring it right over into
Yeah.
your.
I mean, it's basically the way a coffee machine works.
Right.
You're being a human coffee machine.
Yeah, well, not a human coffee machine.
You're being a
You're
Mr.
not
Coffee.
putting it in your hand.
No, but you're doing
You just
the work.
dump boiling water on your hand that's holding coffee grounds.
No,
Just
but
going,
I'm saying
"Ah!"
the machine part of a coffee machine, you are performing the action.
Yeah,
so
it's
you
not
are being the
automated.
machine. You are Mr. Coffee in this circumstance.
Yeah. Ooh, I'd love to be referred to as Mr. Coffee.
Please, Mr. Coffee was my dad.
I'm John Coffee. John, is that a thing? Is that a man from pop culture? So,
No, is that a man from pop culture, John Coffee?
yeah, I think so.
No.
Anyway, so you pour it, and in the cup, guess what, Tom?
Mm-hmm.
There's ice cubes in there.
Okay.
And then it's immediately cooling down the coffee. And that's the Japanese method for making iced coffee.
But then that's just going to melt the ice.
Maybe.
No, not maybe. It will melt the ice.
Yeah, but possibly.
Tim, you didn't do enough research into this Japanese method.
John Coffey was the character in The Green Mile, who was played in the movie by Michael Clark Duncan.
Oh,
The
okay.
late Michael Clark Duncan.
So John Coffey is a pop culture guy.
Well, would you care to apologize?
No.
Okay.
All right, Tim. The problem with what you've just described is you're going to melt all the ice cube, then you're going to have watered down coffee.
Tom,
But
Take it up with the Japanese.
But I have the solution. And this is probably part of what you looked into, but you didn't get it all. You got to make the coffee twice as strong.
Yeah, okay.
So you double.
Because it's going to get watered down.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
See, no, not of course, because you didn't put that in there. You described how you pour it and everything, but you didn't mention that you have to use double the grounds.
Tom, what do you think? I got to mention everything? You
Yeah.
Boil the water to make it hot. Yeah, we know.
You mentioned boiling the water.
No, I didn't.
You mentioned that it was boiled water.
Yeah, that's true.
Could have bought the boiled water at the store, though. Pre-boiled
Imagine.
water.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah. They could probably do that.
No, you can't.
You would
keep
have
a
to
water.
have a heating device built into the package.
Yeah.
But how convenient would that be, huh? You need some boiled water. Why make it yourself? Just pop down to the store.
I mean, how long does it take to boil water, Tom?
Well, it depends
on
if
how
you're
much.
watching it or
yeah,
not.
that's true.
Yeah. Yeah, well, if I'm making lobsters, Tim, I need a bunch of water.
Have you ever made lobsters?
Yeah.
Tom,
I mean, I've never made them, but I've cooked them.
have you cooked
Yeah,
lobsters? Okay. Sounded like a lie the way you went. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not crazy. I mean,
I
it's
know.
one of the
I
easiest
never
things
have.
to cook.
I'm not saying that you're you just put it in the water. I mean, you have to be
You listen to him scream.
you have to be a little brave. And you have to take the
Rubber bands
rubber
off the
bands
claws?
off?
Nah, you can boil the rubber bands.
Really?
Yeah.
But wouldn't that make everything dirty?
I mean, the lobsters are dirty.
Yeah, the lobsters are just insects basically.
Yeah, and you're not
Lobsters are
eating
bugs.
you're not eating like the claw parts.
I am.
You're eating the insides.
Oh right.
Okay.
One time I ate the shell. I ate the whole lobster. I didn't know that you weren't supposed to.
One time I had soft shell lobster. That shit's gross.
I've never. I don't even know.
It's like you eat the whole lobster, like you eat the shell.
Do
And
you
let
eat
me
the
tell
eyeballs?
you, yeah, I think so. And the shell might be soft compared to a regular shell, but it's still a freaking shell.
Yeah.
Like it tastes like here, try this. It's an omelet. I put all the shells in it too. I'm like, I don't want that. Give me some without a shell.
Hey, how hard is this? Take the shells
take
out.
the goddamn shell off.
Yeah.
So
One time, the first time I ever ate shrimp, Tom,
Mhm.
fried shrimp. My parents got it for me, like in Maine on like the boardwalk.
must be nice.
I ate the whole thing. My parents weren't watching me. I was eating the tails and everything.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't know to take the tails off.
Did you like them?
No.
You were like, well, this part's gross, but
Yeah.
I gotta eat
When
it.
in Rome. When in Maine.
Yeah. Boy, I haven't had fried shrimp in a long time.
It's good.
Yeah, I could really go for some fried shrimp.
Yeah.
I could go for some clam strips lately. I have a hankering for clam strips.
You know what? I was just thinking recently how gross clams are, and I used to love baked clams. I used to love all clams
Clams
of all.
Casino.
Yeah, Tom, we should save this. We were going to do a seafood episode today. We decided to do
Yeah.
iced coffee instead, but let's not burn all our seafood material.
Right. Okay.
Back to iced coffee.
So yeah, you use twice as many grounds. You make a twice as strong coffee. You pour that into the ice. That cools it down. Then you add more ice. Maybe see what the ice is like
Yeah.
after you've done all this. So that's iced coffee. But there are other ways to do it. Cold brew coffee.
That's not iced coffee. You know what?
Explain why it's not iced coffee.
Because it's never hot.
What?
It's never exposed to heat.
Yeah, I know. So?
So why would you need to ice something that was never hot to begin with?
Because you put ice in it to make it even colder often.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes you don't.
You don't have to, though.
Okay. All right, then cold brew coffee when it has ice in it is a type of iced coffee.
Okay, how do you make a cold
It
brew?
is labeled under iced drinks at most places you will go to.
Cold drinks, maybe.
Iced drinks.
Iced drinks? Is
Iced
it iced
drink.
coffee or iced coffee?
Iced.
Okay.
Ice. It has had
Iced.
the action of being ice has been enacted on it. I'm just giving you how it fits into the English language. How do you make cold brew coffee? I'm glad you asked him. Let me tell you, this guy right here, me, Tom,
Yeah.
very good cold brew coffee maker.
Wow, Tom.
I could have. Well,
Hey, weird flex.
it's not a weird flex. It's a nice flex, if anything.
Yeah.
I would have offered you some, but you've had enough coffee.
Yeah, I have had enough coffee. Tom, guess what? I'm taking the day off from coffee tomorrow.
All right. We'll see. You might want coffee more than ever tomorrow now that you've had some. It's an addictive drink.
I think I'm going to puke up a lot of coffee
Well,
before I go to bed.
I mean, go to the bathroom. Pee.
Huh?
Pee it out. Don't throw it up.
I think it's beyond that.
It hasn't
Tom.
been in your stomach since this morning.
What are you talking about?
The coffee. Like, if you throw up right now, there wouldn't be that much coffee to... Like, your body's used
Tom,
the
I
coffee. That's
finished-
what's making you crazy.
I finished a cup of coffee an hour and a half ago.
All right, then you'll throw up 1 cup of coffee.
Yeah, that's all I said. I didn't say I was going to throw up all the coffee that I drank today.
All right. I want
Why
you.
you gotta
I don't
start
want
these
you
fights, Tom?
forcing yourself to throw up just to show off to me how much coffee you drank.
So I always try to travel with a vial of Ipecac.
So cold brew coffee, the way you make it, and the reason why it's called cold brew, it is not hot brew. It's the opposite. Normally, when you brew coffee, you use heat to
Boiling
get
water, Tom?
boiling water, or maybe not even boiling.
Are you one of those guys that's like, excuse
212
me.
degrees,
Yeah,
yeah.
you have to precisely use a calibrated thermometer.
No, I don't use a calibrated thermometer, but I'll try and hit that if I can.
That's BS, man.
You're BS.
People who care that much. You can't taste the difference.
I can.
No, you can't.
Look, it's craftsmanship, Tim. I like well-made things. So sue me. So, to make cold brew coffee.
You're always trying to goad me into filing a lawsuit against you,
I
Tom.
know. Well, I just...
So you can make me pay your lawyer's fees.
Well, I want you to pay my lawyer's fees, and I also want to be able to do... get a bunch of information about you.
A discovery.
Discovery. Yeah. I
Yeah.
want to do discovery on you, and the
Yeah.
only way I can do that is tricking
Tom,
you
I'm
into
an open
court.
book. I've opened my books to you many a time.
I know, and that's what makes me want to sue you, because I've seen quite a few discrepancies, Tim.
Cold brew. How do you make it?
Cold brew. Boy, it couldn't be easier, Tim.
Speed demon.
You take coffee grounds. You want them coarse. As coarse as you can stand.
I mean, medium to coarse.
Coarse. I mean, they can't be whole beans. You got to grind them up a little bit. You get some coarse coffee. There's a few different ways. I'll tell you the way I do it, then I'll tell you the way some other people do it. The way I do it, I have a big old mason jar. 64-ounce mason jar. And then it's got a nice...
Yeah, dump out all the piss you've been keeping in it.
I don't keep my piss in mason jars, Tim. And I wish you would stop perpetuating that lie. It's one of the many reasons why
I'm looking at it right now. It's sitting on the windowsill,
Tim, if I kept all my piss in jars,
glistening in the sun.
I would have way more jars than I do.
I'm not saying it's all your piss.
Well, if I was going to keep some of my piss, why wouldn't I keep all my piss? How else am I going to be able to
That's a good
chart
point.
a timeline of my health?
That's a fair point.
So you take a big old mason jar, and then I got this nice stainless steel sleeve that you put inside the You fill that with coffee grounds, and you put that inside.
Is it perforated? Are there holes in it?
There are holes in it, Tim. I'm glad you asked. Very small holes, though. So small, in fact, that the water can get in, but the grounds can't get out. That's an important feature. And you leave that anywhere from 12 to 48 hours just sitting with water in there. Filtered water, too, please. Come on.
Are you doing this at room temp? Or are you putting it
You
in
can
the
do
fridge?
it at room temp, or you can do it in the fridge. I've done it both ways. I have not properly judged which way I like better.
What do you mean you haven't? You drank both of them, right?
Yeah, and I like both of them. That's the other thing.
Because it all tastes the same.
It doesn't all taste
Cold brew and iced coffee taste exactly the
No,
same.
no,
Don't
no,
pay
no,
double
no,
the price
no.
at the coffee shop.
They don't taste the same. However, and so like coffee and beer, I'm exactly the same on. I can like and appreciate it when it's done really well, but also I'll take whatever you got. Like, you got some crappy, watered down coffee. Well, if that's all you got, I'll take it. I'll still be happy. I'll still enjoy it. Same thing with beer. Like, I can like a really nice craft beer or whatever. But, like, if all you got is Milwaukee's Best, yeah, that'll do.
That's the best in the city of Milwaukee.
Yeah. So who am I to complain? So, yeah, that's how you make cold brew. You can also make it by not using a kind of like, you can do that with like a nut bag or a cheese bag. Damn, I can see you laughing.
At what?
Me saying a nut bag.
Why would I laugh?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know. I was thinking about a funny scene from The Green Mile.
Yeah? Do you care to share it with us?
It's just John Coffey got up to some hijinks with that with Tom Hanks.
Yeah, that's what that movie is about. Them getting up to hijinks.
I mean, at some point, there's some light stuff. It's not all light stuff.
Well, yeah, but you gotta balance the light with the dark, much like coffee.
Exactly.
Except I don't like putting cream in my coffee.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's all the types of iced coffee.
No, it's not all the types. Oh, I was going to say you can also do it in a French press. And you just leave it. You leave all the grounds and the coffee all together, and you might think like, well, I got to throw all that out. It's garbage. It's like freaking mud. No, when it's all done, you press the French press down, and it makes sure all the grounds don't go in your drink.
Yeah, like coffee.
Yeah. Oh, but then when you make it that way, it's concentrated. So you got to cut it with water, usually 1-to-1 water concentrate.
Wow.
Combination. And you can put ice in there if you want. If you put ice in there, you might not want to put as much water in there because ice is going to melt. And when ice melts, what does it turn into, Tim?
Coffee. Well,
losing hair sucks, and 2 out of 3 guys will experience hair loss by the time they're 35. Introducing Keeps, the easiest and most affordable way to keep the hair you have. These FDA, Federal Drug Administration, approved products used to cost so much, but now, thanks to Keeps, they're finally inexpensive and easy to obtain for 5 minutes now, and starting at just $10 per month. You'll never have to worry about hair loss again. It's super easy. Signing up just takes less than 5 minutes. Just answer a few simple questions, snap some photos to complete your online doctor consultation. From there, a licensed physician will review your information online and recommend the right treatment for you, and then it's shipped right to your door every 3 months. Keeps offers generic versions of the only 2 FDA-approved hair loss products out there. You may have tried them before, but never for this price. I'll tell you that much. And Keeps treatments are up to 90% effective at reducing and stopping further hair loss. Some men do experience hair regrowth, and at best, men will get back up to 20% of the hair they've lost.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
impressive.
Only $10 to $35 a month. Plus, now you can get your first month free. One hell of a deal for keeping your hair.
A steal, if I may say so.
A steal of a deal.
Yeah.
It's very easy. You don't have to worry about, like, you don't have to wait for a doctor. You don't have to go into a doctor and be like, so I have a problem. You just do it online. It's very discreet. You don't have to go wait and you ever be waiting to pick up a prescription and the guy behind you is like, hey, what are you here picking up?
Yeah, ever be waiting?
Never. Know your business while I'm picking up. You don't have to worry about that with Keeps. They send it right to you. So again, for a limited time, if you suffer from hair loss, the last thing you need is wait to see a doctor. With Keeps, there's finally a way to get the help you need when you need it. For a limited time, receive your first month free of treatment for free. Go to keeps.com/guide. Once again, for a limited time, receive your first month of treatment for free. Go to keeps.com/guide. KEEPS.com/guide.
Tom, we love Patreon.
Yeah,
right?
baby.
Hey, if you're a creator or artist of any kind, a podcaster, writer, Tom, you're both of those things, a video creator, etc.
A Renaissance man is the way I like to introduce myself.
Yeah, if you're a creator of art or artist of any of those kinds or other kinds, whatever, you've probably heard us talk about Patreon. Patreon powers membership businesses for creators like us by allowing our biggest fans to become paying patrons. Creator to Fan membership gives creators like us a stable revenue stream, creative freedom, and a direct relationship with our biggest fans while giving those fans things like extra content, early access, and things they couldn't get elsewhere. Because of the predictable income and freedom we receive through Patreon, we've been able to buy new equipment, Tom.
Yeah.
Well, these mics and this
Zoom recorder.
Yeah. And guess what else we can do? We can do this whole other show weekly about books. It's gotten us reading again, thanks to Patreon. Thanks to the predictable income, we're able to read books again and talk about them. Look, it really fosters a nice relationship with our fans.
It
and
does.
I think our patrons would agree.
Yeah.
So if you're a creator looking for a sustainable revenue stream, creative freedom, a closer connection with your biggest fans, Patreon would love to work with you. So head on over to patreon.com/headgum to learn more about how Patreon could work for your business, or sign up for a free phone consultation with their creator partnerships team. Again, that's patreon.com/headgum. Patreon has enabled me to be a podcaster.
Hey, and don't forget about me, Tim.
Yeah. And we both wonder what it could do for you. Hey, check it out, Patreon. All right, so that's all the types of iced coffee.
No, Tim, that's not all the types. There are new types being invented all the time.
Yeah, there's too much coffee stuff. Right?
Yes and no. I'll say yes because there are a lot of things that come out. I'm like, what the hell is this? And I'm not interested. But there is a new type of coffee that I am very interested in that I like a lot. Even though, like, they found a way to make an even more expensive. So, like, coffee is cheap. Coffee is a very cheap drink to make.
Mm-hmm.
All you need is beans and water. And you can use any beans as far as I'm aware.
Baked beans.
Sure, some beans work better than others.
Coffee beans.
Yeah, that's one of the ones that work better. But you can make coffee using baked beans.
Actually, what if you just took dried black beans, ground them up? What do you think that would taste like?
It would
Put 'em in
taste like the
coffee.
water that's in a can of beans, of black beans.
I don't know.
I don't know. It wouldn't taste like coffee. It would taste like black bean juice.
Yeah, but, like, here's the thing. You could soak...
No,
hold on. Shut up for a second.
No, you're an idiot. I know that you just think if beans are the same color, they taste the same.
No, that's not what I think. But I would wonder what it would taste like, because what you're saying is if I put whole unground coffee beans in water and just left it there for a while, it would taste pretty much like coffee.
If they were roasted. If the beans were roasted, the coffee beans. If the coffee beans weren't roasted, it wouldn't taste like coffee.
Okay. Well,
roast the black beans.
But what if you're uncooked, dried black beans?
Okay.
You ground it up. You put them in a coffee maker. What would it taste like? You don't know, Tom.
It would taste like freaking black bean juice.
You're not understanding what I'm saying.
Coffee beans and black beans are very different types
I know.
of beans.
I'm not saying it would taste like coffee.
Uh-huh.
But, like, what would it taste like?
I'm telling you what it would taste like. It would taste like...
Yeah, but the same way it's like, oh, what would anything taste like? And you'd be like, oh, it tastes like the thing. Yeah, but I want to know the...
All right, well, go home and make some.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying I'm going to do.
All right, fine.
Jesus Christ. You're a real condescending dick for a dumb guy, Tom.
There's a new type of coffee. It's
and
called...
that's not what I meant when I said you were Fogel-esque, that you had big pants that you carried around.
There's a new
I meant
type...
the other thing, the bad thing.
There's a new type of coffee. Nitro brew. Do you know about nitro brew? Have you had nitro brew? So what I was saying is coffee's cheap. Hot coffee's cheap. Iced coffee is more expensive because it's they're using twice as much coffee to make it. They're using ice. There's a little more cost in there. Cold brew, they're like, well, this shit takes us a while to make. And at the end of the day, whatever we didn't sell, we got to throw out. So this costs even more. But now what the hell are you laughing at?
What?
And now there's nitro brew coffee.
All right.
Have you had nitro brew?
I have. I don't like it. I don't like things that are like, there's so much caffeine in this, it'll kill you.
It's not necessarily higher caffeine.
Oh, really?
No, it's just that they put nitrous in it.
Oh, really?
Laughing gas.
No, really?
Oh, really? It's the same. It's nice. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's nitrous oxide. Who knows? Look, we're not doctors. That they used to make.
You're not a medical doctor?
I am a medical doctor, but sometimes when I'm trying to pass off punk medical advice, I'll say I'm not.
Did you do research into nitro brew?
I've had a lot of it.
But did you?
I just forget if it's nitrous oxide or something else. Nitrogen. It's not nitrous oxide. It's nitrogen. So they infuse it with nitrogen. It's the same way they make Guinness when you pour Guinness from a tap. Yeah. So the nitrogen makes incredibly small bubbles. Very, very, very tiny bubbles.
Yeah, I don't want it.
Tim, you wouldn't even be able to see these bubbles unless you got out a microscope.
You know what? I would bring a microscope.
So that's...
I inspect all my coffee with a microscope.
Well, it's not a bad idea.
That's how I know if there's bugs in it or not.
So
tiny little
well, how do you know there's not pieces of bugs?
I assume there's pieces of bugs in everything.
That's true. So the nitro brew, it makes like a Guinness-esque
like a foamy
pour.
Head.
Very foamy, like it cascades down the side of the cup. What? You don't like that?
No, I don't like when the outside of a cup gets wet.
No. I'm not saying it pours. It's on the inside. You know, when you pour a Guinness and then you look in it, it's like, oh, neat. Like it's doing like weird things up the side.
I don't fetishize drinks.
I'm not saying you fetishize. You can just
notice.
Oh,
look at the cascading.
You can just notice things once in a while. Open your freaking eyes.
Yeah.
And then you get a nice...
Open your freaking eyes to all the sexy stuff going on everywhere you look.
Yeah, Tim. Well, you know what?
The whole world's a pervert's paradise.
See the forest for the trees, Tim. You've got your nose so far shoved up that microscope that you can't see what's going on when you pull back a little bit.
Yeah, well, I like to inspect things very closely just to make sure bugs aren't
in it. So it makes like a very nice foamy head. But it's not, doesn't have any cream in it or whatever. So you get something creamy without the cream, which is, when you get down to it, what we're all after.
What?
There are other types. Have you ever had a frappe?
A frappuccino?
No, a frappe.
I don't know what all these things are, Tom.
Yeah, it's Greek. You wouldn't know. You're not cosmopolitan.
I'm
not
to Greece.
Greek either, but I've been to Greece and I've had a frappe.
You went to Greece, and all you ever said about it, we were like, "There's all these friggin' dogs everywhere."
Oh, that was only. I've been to Greece twice, and it was only one time that. Holy hell, there were so many stray dogs everywhere. They got to clean that goddamn...
I was like, how's your trip to Greece? And you were just like, don't even bother, freaking mutts.
And I was like, Athens is a hellhole.
Yeah.
Was
that the first or second time?
That was the first time.
Okay, so you went back and they got rid of all the dogs?
They killed all the dogs before the Olympics.
Oh, right, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Did you go to the Olympics?
No, I didn't make it that year. Disqualified.
Wow.
Performance enhancements.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So you were doing really well at what?
I was wearing stilts during the high jump.
Oh. You get the running start with the stilts.
That was how they figured it out. I didn't need the running start. I just kind of tipped over the bar. No, a frappe, they use Nescafe, which is like instant coffee.
Gross.
But they figured out if you mix that up with just like cold water, it makes actually like a real nice drink. It's got a little crunchiness to it. It's nice. I have that sometimes in the summer as well.
What do you mean a crunchiness?
Because
like it's got rocks in it?
Kind of. Like I'll show you. I mean, no, it won't. No, it's not going to do any good. But like Nescafe's, like it kind of looks like rocks.
Like if you ground up dried, uncooked black beans?
No, it kind of looks like cocoa, but like in rock form.
Oh, I know. Oh, yeah, like the instant coffee.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But it's good. Like I don't know if I've ever had Nescafe with hot coffee. I'm sure I have. I have like a vending machine or something. But excuse me.
I feel like every time I'm in the UK, they try to give me Nescafe.
Oh yeah, they're always like, "Oh, is Nescafe all right?"
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Why would you think it's okay?
Is the cheapest, shittiest version of coffee okay?
Thing that's like not even really coffee.
Yeah, and instead we're always humiliated because we have to order Americanos because that's the closest thing to what we drink, and it's like, an Americano for the Americano. That's what they always say. I'm like, hey, why don't you shut up and just make it?
Yeah, shut up, you freak.
You freak.
Yeah.
And then there is Frappuccinos, which I didn't realize is a Starbucks brand.
So what are you saying it on this show for?
Yeah.
You're gonna get us sued.
I don't know if I've ever even. I'm sure I've had a Frappuccino, but I'm not into it. It's a milkshake, basically.
Do you think a Fogel-esque man could take down Starbucks at this point, or do you think Starbucks is too powerful? I mean, they're too smart to get involved in some.
Yeah.
But if they were like, oh, that mermaid, you should have seen what that mermaid was doing all these years.
No, because they didn't put the mermaid front and center like Starbucks did. Starbucks bet the
No,
fucking house.
You're talking about Subway.
Subway. Subway bet the house on Jared Fogle to the point where they weren't even putting out commercials like have another ad campaign going simultaneously at least.
Just in case.
Just in case. Not just in case. Just to appeal to people that don't want to see that even before everybody knew what he was capable of. People that just looked at this guy and said, this guy doesn't look appetizing. I want to.
Yeah, his skin still looks kind of slimy.
Yeah, it looks slimy like the ham at Subway. I don't want this, man.
Yeah, that's how. Oh, if I eat Subway a lot, my skin will start to look like the cold cuts.
Yeah, that's the last thing I need.
Yeah. Jared Fogle is licking his lips.
Tim, what are your thoughts on coffee ice cream?
I don't know that I've ever had it.
What? You've never had coffee ice cream?
Because here's the thing, Tom. Whenever it's time for ice cream, it's too late in the day to be messing around with all that caffeine.
True. Well, what if it's a nice day at the beach?
Yeah, well, then I just want, I don't know.
Coffee ice cream. They should start marketing coffee ice cream as like a ice cream you can have at work.
Yeah.
Or morning ice cream.
I don't think we need morning ice cream.
I mean, who cares if there's money to be made?
Tom.
Look, you need some ice cream to wake up in the morning? Sure, why not?
You're too focused on if you can do it. Not focused enough on if you should do it.
Is your afternoon dragging at work? Have some coffee ice cream.
Yeah, that's better than drinking 8 cups of cold brew, I guess.
Yeah, and it's a nice treat.
And you could get fat from it.
Yeah. No, coffee ice cream is very good. I never buy it from the store, but I should.
Cool.
Just to support them. But whenever I have coffee
They're not
ice
going to
cream,
stop making coffee ice cream.
I don't know. It's one of those flavors I feel like is always on the bubble.
Just like nobody will make it?
Yeah, just like the
Briars.
Briars. That
Edie's will be like, nah, no dice.
I think Edie's and Briars are owned by the same company now.
Tom.
Edie Briar.
You know what? This consolidation is getting out of control.
Yeah.
There's going to be one ice cream company soon.
Yeah, that would suck.
Well, as long as it was Ben and Jerry's.
No, because Ben and
too wacky.
Too
like,
wacky.
Just give me a pint of freaking vanilla once in a
Yeah,
while.
you know what? And also sometimes I want like things mixed in there, but not like don't go insane.
Yeah, sometimes I like it when they go a little crazy.
Look,
I don't want it
it's
all
got
the
its
time.
place.
Yeah.
But sometimes I like to have like a Breyers cookie dough where there's not that much cookie dough and it's mostly just, chocolate chip ice cream.
Tom, did they have this when we were kids? The peanut butter sauce on ice cream?
No.
I went to Carvel the other day, Tom.
Yeah.
There's a Carvel near my house. It's great. You get a cup of ice cream. You can get hot fudge. You get all the toppings. Or they got a dispenser in this peanut butter sauce.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's
phenomenal.
You know,
Tom, next time you come over, remind me to bring you over to the Carvel.
Well, if we're going to Carvel, I'm going to go Fudgy the Whale.
I know.
Just for myself.
Every time I'm in there, which is
every day.
Been twice since I moved in 3 years ago. I look, and it's like I should just get this as a bit, but I just don't have the freezer space for a whole Fudgy.
Yeah, they should make smaller Fudgy the Whales.
Yes.
Single serve Fudgies.
This
we got a lot of good business. Morning ice cream, personal size Fudgy the Whales.
Not hiring a pedophile to be your spokesman for 2 decades.
Hire us as consultants for your business.
Yeah.
And we'll whip you into ship shape in no time.
Yeah. Number 1, get rid of the pedophiles.
Yeah. Hey, and if you don't have a pedophile working there, don't hire one.
Yeah. Boom. First 2 orders of business for free. You just got them here. And then number 3, whatever kind of business, personal size Fudgy the Whale.
Yeah. It's fine. They can't go after you in court if it's a different size Fudgy the Whale.
Yeah. Oh, they have the patent on the trademark on one size, my friend.
Right. And like, how are you taking business away from them? No, if you're having a birthday party, we're not the company for you. You're going to need to go to Carvel to get a Fudgy the Whale.
If you want a Fudgy to finish off your
lunch.
Yeah. You have a nice salad and a sensibly sized Fudgy the Whale. That's a lunch.
How big are you imagining this personal size Fudgy the Whale?
About the size of my hand.
And how tall? Like how thick?
Like, maybe 2 of my hands stacked.
Okay, that's about the size I'm seeing it too.
Right.
I mean, to be fair, like that's a pretty big serving of ice cream.
That's about the size, I would say, if you consolidated it. It's one of the Friendlies cups, the sundaes in a cup.
You're doing so many things with your hands. Do you know sign language?
I
wish people could see.
I was miming eating. I was just miming a spoon action.
But before then, you like made 2 fists and put them together, which didn't even...
Look, it's the same volume if I put my hands one way, and then if I switch, it's still like the same amount of hand, right?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
We'll have to put it on a scale to check it out. We'll have to put your hands in my bathtub and see how the water level
Stop trying to get me to go in your bathtub.
Like, just put your hands in
stop
there.
Stop it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
You don't have to take... You should take your shirt off just in case you get splashed.
Every time. It's fine. I'll put my hands in your bathtub. And they're like, oh, maybe you should go in up to your elbows.
Tim, to top it off, I want to give a ranking of iced coffees
and you fill up your bathtub full of freaking milk.
Yeah.
What is that? Why? Water. There's a faucet right there.
Yeah, but you can't... How else am I going to make my own skim milk if I'm not skimming it myself? And you need a lot of surface area.
That's fair.
And then I just drink the part that I skim off the top.
Mm-hmm.
My ranking of cold coffees from stores.
Oh, this is exciting.
Number 1.
I didn't even know we were doing this.
Starbucks Nitro Brew.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Bucks gets number 1.
It's pricey. It's very pricey. But
how much is it?
Over $5 for a grande, for a medium.
Okay.
It's like 5 and change. Number 2.
Do you tip? No, of course not.
Number 2, Starbucks cold brew coffee.
Holy shit. Bucks takes 1 and 2?
Yeah.
All right.
Number 3, Starbucks iced coffee.
Really?
You know what? I'm realizing I don't like Starbucks all that much, but I think I really like their cold coffees.
It sounds like it. They take your top 3 spots.
Number 4, Dunkin' Donuts.
Just straight up iced coffee.
Yeah, Dunkin' Donuts is one of those places where I've gotten their cold brew, and I actually can't really tell the difference between the cold brew and the iced.
I got news for your Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, I think Dunkin' Donuts is always giving me iced coffee, especially the scummy Dunkin' Donuts I go to every day.
Is there a non-scummy Dunkin' Donuts?
No, yeah, it's true.
Is there one that's like, oh no, there's a
this
like
one's
there's
on
a
the up and up.
high-end version of most chain stores,
Right.
Like,
or
this
like
one's better than
company-owned,
the others.
yeah.
But Dunkin', it's consistent. I'll give them that. Like
Right.
I always know I'm gonna have a pretty shitty experience. And no
yeah,
matter
if you
what.
went to like the Dunkin' Donuts in the lobby of like their corporate headquarters, I bet they're still trying to freaking pull one over on you there. Burger King.
Burger King has iced coffee.
I'm not sure.
How often are you in a Burger King?
Very infrequently, but I just remembered that I used to really like Burger King hot coffee.
So iced coffee made the list.
Yeah, you know what? That's stricken from
Pending.
the record.
Well, we'll just put an asterisk.
You know what? I'm switching up the whole list. Burger
King number 1.
No, number 4, McDonald's. For no other reason than McDonald's iced coffee, a large McDonald's iced coffee, even in Manhattan, New York, is $2.
Yeah.
You can't beat that. And it's not bad coffee either.
It's fine coffee.
Yeah.
It's not Newman's Own anymore, right? They have their own proprietary blend.
McDonald's Own?
Ronald's
Maybe.
Own.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not bad. Like, it's not great, but it's not bad. And like I said, it's $2 for a large. So that's actually what I drink the most, just because I feel like a real asshole paying like $5 for a coffee. But if I'm getting a huge one for $2 and a couple of Big Macs.
What do you think of that Grady's cold brew?
Oh, that's pretty good, but expensive.
Yeah. A lot of people treat that like it's not concentrated, which is my word.
No, that's too strong.
There's a restaurant that I went to recently.
Yeah.
That was using concentrated cold brew, but they weren't cutting it with any water.
Yeah.
It's like, man, your Grady's bill must be so freaking high every month. And I could go in and Gordon Ramsay that.
Yeah.
Number 1, get rid of the pedophiles.
Right.
Number 2, don't hire pedophiles.
Yeah.
Number 3,
Cook
personal
food so it's not raw.
personal size Fudgy the Whales.
Right.
Number 4, if you're buying cold brew that's concentrated,
Cut it with water.
cut it with water. Number 5, cook the food.
Yeah. I forgot that they sell the Grady's in like the little jugs.
Yeah.
I was thinking I gotten the Grady's like big tea bags and made cold brew that way.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's good.
A big tea bag, you say, huh?
Yeah. And, you make it the same way you'd make any other iced coffee. You just leave it in water overnight.
Mm-hmm.
What Grady's has, which I should get and start using in my own because it is very nice, is chicory root.
What is chicory?
It's ground up root. It's a root from the chicory plant.
Okay.
It's what they use for Nolan-style coffee.
So are there coffee beans in it?
Yes, you also use coffee, but you use chicory. Apparently, they used to use chicory, like maybe in the Civil War or something, like when there wasn't, like when coffee supplies were low. It's
So you want to drink Confederate brew?
Look, Tim, it wasn't just people that supported the Confederacy that drank it.
I don't know. You said it was down south during the
Yeah,
Civil
and there were a
War.
lot of people down south during the Civil War who didn't want the Civil War to be happening, namely the slaves. Well, they wanted it to be happening, but they didn't want, where they lived to win. But they were still drinking coffee sometimes.
Okay. You have sources for this?
Yeah.
Slaves drinking chicory coffee?
Yeah, because chicory root, because it was hard to get coffee, so they would mix in some chicory because it has kind of a similar taste. Some people make coffee with chicory, but it's not like coffee, like just chicory. But chicory's pretty good. It adds like a little bit of like a sweetness almost.
Yeah, it's like if you'd also grind up some black beans and put them in there.
Black beans aren't sweet. Yeah. I think that's all.
Are you going to ask me what my top 5 is?
What are your top 5?
Number 1. Are we counting the Dunkin' Donuts frozen coffee?
Sure. If that makes your list. It doesn't make any of my lists.
It's number 1 for me. It's delicious.
Yeah, but that's bad for you.
It's all bad for you.
No, but that's full of sugar.
I allow myself 1 Dunkin' Donuts frozen coffee a year.
All right.
I had one this past weekend. It was great.
Wow.
Oh, it did give me a brain freeze so bad that I thought I was going to die.
Other than that, it was delicious.
Yeah.
What do they call the Dunkin' frozen drinks?
Cooladas.
Yeah, man, those strawberry cooladas.
See,
I haven't had one of those since I was
I've
a
never
teenager.
had one.
Don't
I've never
ever have one.
Well, I had a
it's
coffee
the most
coolada.
delicious thing.
And then they discontinued them, and it was all I could think about forever. I was like, this is what I want to drink every day, all day.
Yeah.
And then they just reintroduced it as frozen coffee, which they claim it's different.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same.
The strawberry frozen culottes, like...
It's just sugar, Tom.
Yeah, I know, but it's so good that, like, having... Even just the memory of having one of those as a teenager is what makes me realize, like, oh, I understand how, like, drugs can be very addictive. Because I would drink one of those and just
you're starting to
immediately
sweat right now.
Yeah, I
thinking
would
about
want
it. Yeah.
another one. I want one now. I haven't had one in probably 20 years,
Yeah.
and just thinking about it, I'm like, man, I
And
could
you
really
can probably
go for one.
viscerally kind of taste it right now.
Oh,
right?
like my mouth is watering right now.
You're drooling all over yourself.
Ugh. Boy, maybe there's a Dunkin' not far from here. Maybe I'll.
Tom, don't do it. You don't want to go in there. It's depressing.
That's true. All right, that's your number one.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's it. Just you.
End
like
of
that.
list.
Do you ever make cold coffee at home? Iced coffee at home?
I bought my wife an elaborate cold brew
And
making.
told her, start making me coffee in the morning.
No, she likes iced coffee, so I was like, oh, she probably likes cold brew too. So I got her this fancy cold brew thing from the MoMA Design Store. You ever go into the MoMA Design Store, Tom?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yes, actually I have.
Yeah.
I was going to make fun of you, but
No, it's a good place to get gifts.
Yeah.
Because it's a bunch of like stupid shit that nobody needs. And this was a very expensive thing.
Excuse me, but Spencer's is a good place to get gifts. So that's where I'll keep going. Thank you very much.
But that's stuff people need.
Spencer's, yeah.
Yeah. This was very elaborate, and we couldn't figure out how to use it. It just made very watered down. We like wasted so many coffee grounds.
How did it work?
You had to use one of those little those circular filters that go in the
An AeroPress?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you put the grounds
Uh-huh.
and the water in this top part, and there was a carafe on the bottom.
Okay.
So far, simple.
Right.
But then there's just like this regulator thing that like it's this thing that you have to turn a certain amount.
Uh-huh.
And if you turn it like an eighth of an inch too far, the whole thing gets ruined. I looked
Is
up.
it supposed to like slowly drip in?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and it's supposed to like drip like
That's
once every
unnecessary.
5 seconds.
Unnecessarily complicated.
It is, and it turns out my wife was like, "Oh, I don't even really like cold brew. I like making just coffee in the coffee maker and putting it in ice afterwards." So she's doing that again,
And you believe her when she said that?
Yeah, because I was like, "Oh, we'll get a jar." Tom told me about this mason
Were
jar.
you sure you weren't like screaming by that point? And she was just
Me?
Yeah, she was just looking to say anything to calm you down, get you to stop
I don't
yelling.
think I was screaming. I think I was pretty calm.
It's not what
Are
she
you
told me.
What?
What?
I asked you not to. When was this that you were talking to her about this?
Oh,
Was this before or after we had our talk, Tom? Me and you.
No, yeah, this is probably a long time ago.
Before we had our talk.
Yeah, it was probably a long time ago. So yeah, you should. It was yeah.
Tom, you ever put simple syrup in your coffee?
I put complicated syrup in my coffee.
And people with these syrups. I was looking today at the coffee shop. This simple syrup. Somebody I was with put it in.
One of the many times you're at the coffee shop
Yeah,
today.
it looked like it had bugs in it. It really did look like it had
Jesus
bugs.
Christ. Look, I know you were like
I know,
joking before, but now it's like
I know, that's why I was
a
laughing. 'Cause I was
sincere
like,
mental disorder.
no, before I was joking, but now, like, honestly,
Do you ever go to a store and before you order something, go, that doesn't have bugs in it, does it?
depends on the store, Tom. Do you put milk in your iced coffee or your cold brew?
Nah, fuck milk.
Really?
Yeah, I don't put milk in shit. I put milk in cereal, but guess what? The milk I put in a cereal doesn't come from a cow. It comes from nuts. It comes from almonds. Sometimes cashews.
Do you ever have you tried the oat milk?
No, but I've been hearing a lot about it lately. So
Yeah, it's
I'm
fine.
looking to try it out.
Yeah.
Why does almond milk have to be refrigerated? I don't have to refrigerate almonds.
But You have to refrigerate almond milk.
Yeah.
'Cause
Why
it's-
is that?
Why do you have to refrigerate milk? You don't refrigerate
Because
a
it
cow.
came out of a cow. The cow has interior refrigeration.
No, it doesn't.
Sure it
It's
does.
so hot inside
No,
of a cow.
it's cool inside a cow.
I don't think you know how cows work.
That's why the udders are hanging down so low.
Why?
To keep it away from the cow's body to keep the milk cold.
But what if it's hot outside?
Then you gotta get that milk inside pronto.
Well, same thing with almonds.
No, you can have hot almonds outside.
Yeah, why would you ever eat hot almonds? You ever have hot almonds?
I've probably had roasted almonds. Yeah, I have had roasted
But
almonds.
they're not hot at the time.
Sometimes they are.
So is cold brew is made from roasted beans.
Yeah.
So are the beans hot? Is cold brew actually hot by your logic?
No.
Anyway, oat milk's okay. I need to generally put some sort of milk in my iced coffee.
But not hot coffee?
No.
Wow,
Because hot
that's
coffee I'm
weird.
drinking a lot slower.
Yeah.
I need to do something
So
to
putting milk in cold coffee makes you drink it slower?
No, it dilutes it a little bit though.
Yeah, I can see that. You don't put any sugar or anything in there, though?
Nah, I don't put sugar in anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I see a lot of people at the store when I'm ordering putting pumps of things in there. Hey, give me a pump of this. Give me a pump of that. You don't need a pump of anything,
No,
in my opinion.
need a pump of common sense.
That's what I say when I'm in line behind them.
Yeah. What else do you put in?
Oh, I already talked about chicory. We talked about creams.
I don't know. It just seemed like you had a lot to talk
Oh,
about. And
yeah.
then you ran out of steam.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we got to wrap it up soon. I got a cocktail party to go to.
Oh, a cocktail party.
Yeah.
Where?
That you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know the place.
I wouldn't know the place.
No. Foam. Some people put foam in there. I mean, I guess that's just kind of cream. Oh, this is what I was gonna say. Red eyes.
You think you're pretty cool
What?
just because you're coffee. You're like the way I consume coffee makes me like better than people, right?
Yeah, because it makes me like less hard to please. I'm easy to please.
Huh?
I'm easy to please when it comes to coffee.
Okay.
Just give me black coffee.
Whatever you got.
Whatever you got. Oh, we're all out of milk. Guess what? I didn't want any milk in the first place.
And for just because you offered me something I don't want, you're not going to get tipped, you service employee. You know what? You don't deserve a living wage.
We don't have Splenda. We only have Sweet and Low. Guess what? Shove it up your ass. I don't want it. I don't want it anyway.
Yeah. I still feel like I'm going to puke.
Do you ever get iced coffee? You ever have what the hell is it called? It's like coffee soda. It's like Manhattan coffee soda. You ever get those at like the deli or whatever?
No.
They're pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, you like a type of soda, Tom?
It's like a seltzer. It's basically like iced coffee but made with seltzer. It's pretty good.
I don't want it.
Well, fine. I'm not gonna buy you one then.
Bubbles are too violent in my mouth.
If you like the show, you can find out more at tcgt.com. You can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/complete guide. You can follow us on Twitter at Complete Guide. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Tom Reynolds.
Follow me at your pal Tim.
If you want to support the show, support our sponsors. Also, check out our Patreon at patreon.com/complete guide, where you get weekly episodes of Books to Podcasts and our back catalog of other Patreon exclusive podcasts. You get all of them. And you can also support us by going to tcgt.com/Amazon. If you're looking to buy one of these fancy cold brew machines, don't get the one Tim got. Get the one I got.
Yeah,
Just
doesn't
search for
work.
like cold brew mason
Or go
jar.
to ebay.com
jar.
and buy one. Look for mine.
Look for-
Mine. Yeah, I'll sell it to you. Maybe we'll raffle it off. Sell raffle tickets.
We're not selling raffle
Go
tickets.
to tcgte.com/raffle. $15 tickets.
I mean,
we'll
and hey,
only pull once we get 1,500 entries.
Wow. But if you're the winner, think about, how much does this coffee machine cost you?
$23,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money, Tim. Was this a commercial grade piece of equipment?
No.
Personal?
But it was one of a kind.
Oh, I see. It was
An artist, a skilled artisan made it.
and it sounds like they didn't make it that well.
No, they fucked it up.
But they're an artisan, so you can't give them that kind of
yeah,
feedback.
yeah. It's like, oh, but this is my life's work. Shut up.
I think I have to start drinking coffee earlier in the morning.
Yeah.
I've been trying to wait until I get to work to do it, to drink coffee. And I think I just move so goddamn slow otherwise.
Yeah.
And I think I'm carrying over a bad problem, which was when I was drinking hot coffee when it was cold out.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I stopped because I would pour myself a nice hot cup of coffee and then I'd be like, it's too hot. It would take me forever to drink. And then I'd be like, oh, shit, now I'm late. But cold coffee, I can slurp that down. I can go.
It's in your fridge, isn't it?
Yeah.
So why don't you just take it and go in the morning?
I do, but that's what I'm saying. I'm waiting, but I'm still waiting.
Don't wait.
And I don't think I need to wait.
Yeah,
I can have
just
a nice
go.
little
grab
cup.
and go. That's what they call the grab and go, Tom.
Yeah. Yeah, I can drink it while I'm walking too, I guess.
Yeah, what are you, a moron? You can't drink and walk at the same time?
You know what? I've been putting ice in the little thing, and then when I walk, it goes clunk, 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 clunk.
Don't put ice in it.
Yeah, I probably don't need it, actually. I
Yeah.
got a new fridge. I told you about that, huh?
All right. See you next week.
That was a HeadGum podcast.